What you are about to hear is highly classified. And welcome back to the Zone, everybody. Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzogoose, back with you with another review. This time something different. Not a Marvel Now book, but a Dark Horse book, actually. The first of a 4-issue miniseries, The Answer. And I was thinking about reviewing this for Ink, but somebody else grabbed it first, so I thought I would just do it for Zone 4. And this book is, the story is by Mike Norton and Dennis Hopeless, and the actual script is by Dennis Hopeless with the art by Mike Norton. Colors by Mark Englert. Letters by Crank, because he has an exclamation point on his name. And, of course, the cover by Mike Norton. And this book is, like I said, it's a miniseries, 4-issue miniseries. I am vastly becoming a fan of Dennis Hopeless's writing. I'm enjoying what he's doing with the Marvel Now books. Mike Norton, I've been a fan of his art for a long time. He did this series with Sean McKeever called Gravity, and Marvel, a young superhero, a few years back, and I love that. And you know, he's just a fantastic artist. So I saw this this was coming out, and I was curious about it, so I thought I'd check it out. And so we open up on this librarian, this girl named Devin, and turns out Devin loves like puzzles. She's very intelligent. She's like doing a crossword puzzle. She's got all these books open on a table, and she's reading all these, and at the same time she's listening to Jeopardy and answering all the questions, getting everything right. So obviously she's a very intelligent woman, and she gets this birthday gift from her mom. And it's supposed to be the world's hardest three-dimensional puzzle, and it's got like hieroglyphs and letters and numbers and colors and all these different things on it. And so she opens it. She figures out, she's like, haha, hardest puzzle in the world, huh? And it gives her a website, and all the while interspersed with all this stuff with Devin, we see this superhero, The Answer. And he's thwarting a gas station robbery, and he's not your total 100% heroic character, because like there's an interaction with this guy that's about to set the place on fire, and he just lets it set on fire even though he takes the guy out. And he does the whole RoboCop shoot. This one guy has a knife to a girl's throat, and he does the whole RoboCop shoot through the skirt, and shoot him in the lower region kind of thing. I think that was that in 2, maybe RoboCop 2, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen those movies. But anyway, so she goes to this website, and it's like all these puzzles, and it shows different ones. It's got you know geometry puzzles, spatial stuff. I don't know what the proper terms are, but you know, it's just all these different kind of word puzzles and visual puzzles and all this brainy stuff. And while I'm nowhere near as intelligent or as knowledgeable as this girl, you know, she kind of joked about her definition of fun being very different from everybody else's, and I've actually always loved that kind of stuff. I love puzzles. You know, I love crossword puzzles, Sudoku, any kind of you know, problems like that, mathematical things. I've always been drawn to that kind of thing. So as she was doing these, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And all the while, though, The Answer is told by somebody that there's somebody that he needs to save, and he ends up at the library, and he's like, because she finishes this site, she goes through every puzzle, she gets 100% accuracy, and they say don't end the connection, stay on the site for your prize. And she's like, you know, I don't need a prize, I should be paying you, and stuff like that. Anyway, so The Answer shows up, and he's like, you got 4 minutes to go, or there's going to be 5 armed gunmen here to kill you. And you know, there's this whole interaction, this exchange between the two. Like, she's freaking out because this dude with the exclamation point on his mask is breaking into the library, telling her to run for her life, and she's just like, you know, are these guys looking for a particular book? You know, there's this little nervous kind of jokes. And finally he gets her out of there and everything, and he's fighting the gunman, and something happens, and he sends her on a bus and everything. But it's just it was a very fun first issue, and like I said, it was just this whole, here's this librarian who's very intelligent and has solved all these puzzles. It was her 30th birthday too, and she solves all these puzzles, and now because she solves all these puzzles, there are people coming to try to kill her for some unknown reason. And we have this superhero that's in the mix who is heroic, but still not an anti-hero, because he's not endangering lives or anything, but still he's not quite your Superman or Spider-Man kind of level of heroism, I should say. So it was a very interesting book. I thought it was very fun. It was very very intelligently written, I have to say. It kept me intrigued at every turn. I wanted to know what happened with these characters. The answer is interesting because I'm not sure exactly what his powers are or his skills, but he's not afraid to shoot people. He's not afraid to get shot, so I'm not sure exactly. He seems like he's in the know of some things, so hopefully we'll get the answer before this miniseries ends. But so far I'm hooked. And Dennis Hopeless, this dude, he's on the rise. He's doing great things. He's Avengers Arena over at Marvel now. I think he's also doing a Cable and X-Force, which is also very good. And now this, and I wasn't familiar with him at all before any of these books, but here we are, and I'm becoming a fan of Dennis Hopeless, and I can't wait to see what he does next, and I can't wait to see the next issue of this book. So if you're looking for something, you like superheroes, but you're looking for something a little bit different, try Dark Horse, man. They put out some good books. I have to say I've reviewed a couple over on Dark Avenger Inc., but The Answer was another great title. And like I said 3 times now, I'm really looking forward to the next issue, and I'll be on board for this. It's a miniseries, so hey, if you can't get it in miniseries, get the trade when it comes out. But definitely check this one out, especially if you're a fan of Dennis Hopeless or Mike Norton. So there you go. This I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I do love the art, I do love the writing and everything. There were certain scenes where the art wasn't quite as good as it was in other scenes. The stuff with Devin and the librarian, the puzzles and everything, all that was fantastic. Some of the fight scenes with The Answer were great. Some of the fight scenes where the art was good but felt not quite as polished. That's all. So only reason for a slightly lower score, but it was a great book, and I do recommend checking it out. So that's going to do it for this one. Check out all the other reviews here on the Zone 4 podcast channel. Check out my other reviews and everybody else's reviews on Dark Avenger Inc. and Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, our sister channel. Like us all on Facebook, because we all have Facebook pages. And so does Comic Related. So Comic Related, comicrelated.com. Check that out for all your news, reviews, columns, podcasts, all kinds of stuff, daily updated. Yeah. Check back with me for another review soon. And thanks for watching.
Swinging on a little thread, shooting spider webs from his hands. On the streets of New York City, he steps out to make a stand. He's Spider-Man.
This has been a Gonzogoose production.